Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello my dear friends, this is Dr. Hoda. Today is a journeys lesson for second grade. We are going to read a very interesting story in volume 2.1. Its title is Teacher's Pets by Dayle and Dodds, illustrated by Marlin Hafner. Essential question: what clues tell you where and when a story take place? Meet the author, Dayle and Dodds. Dayle and Dodds received a very special honor in 2007. Her book, Teacher's Pets, was read to hundreds of kids on the lawn of the White House during the annual Easter egg roll. Meet the illustrator, Marlin Hafner. Readers of Ladybug magazine know two characters created by Marlin Hafner, Molly and her cat Emmett. For fun, Ms. Hafner designs rubber stamps, usually with kids or animals on them. Main selection: target vocabulary, wonderful, noises, quite, sprinkled, share, noticed, bursting, suddenly. Target skill: story structure, tell the setting, characters and plot in a story. Target strategy: visualize, picture what is happening as you read. Genre: realistic fiction. Realistic fiction is a story that could happen in real life. Set a purpose for reading based on the genre. Good morning, class. My name is Miss Fry. Monday was sharing day in Miss Fry's class. You may bring something special, said Miss Fry. May we share a pet? Winston asked. Yes, said Miss Fry, but just for the day. On Monday, Winston brought in his pet rooster. I call him Red. He eats corn and he crows. The neighbors say he crows too much. What a wonderful pet, said Miss Fry. We're happy he can visit us today. Cock-a-doodle-doo! 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 But that afternoon, after all the children had left, there was Red, still sitting on his roost near Miss Fry's desk. She sprinkled corn in Red's dish, then locked the door and went home for her quiet little house. On Tuesday, Winston told Miss Fry, the neighbors wonder if Red can stay at school for a while. Of course, said Miss Fry. How lucky for us. The next Monday was Patrick's turn. My tarantula's name is Vincent. He likes to eat bugs and hide inside my mother's slippers. What a wonderful pet, said Miss Fry. Don't forget to take Vincent home with you at the end of the day. Stop and think. Author's craft. What does pet mean above? What else can pet mean as in a teacher's pet? But that afternoon, after all the children had left, there was Vincent, still sitting in his jar on Miss Fry's desk. She gave Vincent a big juicy bug, sprinkled corn on Red's dish, then locked the door and went home to her quiet little house. On Tuesday, Patrick told Miss Fry, my mother says Vincent likes her slippers too much. We're wondering if he can stay at school for a few days. Of course, said Miss Fry. How lucky for us. The next week, Roger brought in his cricket. His name is Mo, said Roger. He eats leaves from the garden and sings chirp, chirp all night long. What a wonderful pet, said Miss Fry. That afternoon, after all the children had left, Miss Fry noticed Mo sitting in his box on the table. Miss Fry looked at Mo. He almost seemed to smile. Welcome to our class, Mo. Stop and think. Story structure. How does Winston start a big change in Mrs. Fry's classroom? Right before her eyes, he did a huge somersault up in the air. Bravo, said Miss Fry. She gave fresh green leaves to Mo and a big juicy bug to Vincent, sprinkled corn in Red's dish, then locked the door and went home to her quiet little house. The next day, Roger said to Miss Fry, "My mother says Mo chirps too much. He's welcome to visit as long as he likes," said Miss Fry. And so it went. Alia shared her pet goat named Gladys. It said "Bah" and ate her sister's homework. Amanda shared her pet Dachshund. It liked to chew bones and the pillows on her Aunt Judy's new sofa. Jerry brought in his pet boa constrictor. It never made a sound. No one knew exactly what it liked to eat, but Jerry said his father's expensive tropical fish had suddenly disappeared one day. There was Megan's cat, Mitchell's mice, Danielle's ducks, and Tom's iguana. Frankie's frog, Lily's monkey, Terence's turtle. And something square and fuzzy that Avery brought in. "It looks like a kitchen sponge," said Bruce. "A really old kitchen sponge." "It's my bet," said Avery, and that was that. Before long, Miss Fry's classroom was bursting with the happy noises of all the children's pets. Quack, 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 meow, meow, cock-a-doodle-doo, ba-ba, squeak, squeak, ribbit, ribbit, chirp, chirp, woof, woof, woof. Stop and think, visualize. All the animals are making sounds at once. What picture do you get in your mind of what is happening behind Miss Fry's door? On Parents' Night, the mothers and fathers walked around the classroom with great big smiles on their faces. "Isn't it great," they said, "that Miss Fry loves pets so?" Only Roger's cricket sat quietly in his box. "You must miss your garden," Miss Fry said. "Chirp," said Mo softly. He crawled under one of his shiny green leaves. On the last day of school, Miss Fry's class had a party with balloons, hats, and ice cream cups. "Goodbye, children," Miss Fry sang out. "Have a nice summer, and don't forget to take home your pets." One by one, the children disappeared, and with them went their pets. "No more pets," said Miss Fry. She looked around the quite empty room. Then Miss Fry noticed a box sitting on her desk. She peeked inside. A little face looked up at her. It almost seemed to smile. A note inside read, "Dear Miss Fry, please take care of Mo. He likes you best, Roger." "How lucky for me," said Miss Fry. Mo did a huge somersault up and up in the air. Miss Fry carried her new pet to her quiet little house and placed him in the garden, among the rainbows of roses. That night, Miss Fry opened her window. She climbed into bed. She turned off the lamp. By the light of the moon, from outside in the garden came a happy noise. "Chirp, chirp! Welcome home, Mo! What a wonderful pet you are!" Now it's your turn. Animal Parade. Make a mask. Think about the pets that the children in Miss Fry's class brought to school. Which pet do you like best? Make a paper plate mask of that animal. With a small group, take turns telling why you each chose the animal you did. Then have an animal parade with your class. Turn and talk. Talk about setting. Where do most of the events in Teacher's Pets take place? With a partner, look at the first page of the story. Find clues about the story's setting using the picture and words. Talk about what you find. And now we've come to the end of our story today. I hope you liked it. Please don't forget to like, share our videos and subscribe to our channel. Goodbye!